Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who's got a case of the bluey, and that's a good thing, Bill.
Hi, everyone. That's right. I'm very much bluey right now.
You're entering your bluey stage.
An unopened box.
Yeah? Oh, the cereal.
Of Batman cereal.
Get out of here with the bank.
The Batman bank.
Bank. This is amazing.
The shrink wrap.
Was this
the box.
This was common? This was everywhere?
The shake. It's a common collectible in my opinion.
Shrink. And this is the original shrink wrap? This wasn't like a redo?
Is the original shrink wrap with the free bank attached to it.
As if you don't see the actual bank there. They had to put a sticker. Like, what?
Right. There it is.
What cereal is this? This is Batman cereal. This is
Batman cereal.
But it's like
shaped like Batman symbols. Nope, they're bat symbols.
Oh, they're little bats. Is it just the corn? There's no marshmallows?
No, it was just marshmallows.
It was just marshmallows.
Wait, no, it was just the corn. What's wrong with me? I got distracted.
Ahead of their time.
Natural honey nut flavor. Guess how much I spent for this?
I don't know, $20?
$10.
Hey, is that what the going rate?
It might, I think, much higher. Sometimes you just see the bank.
You gonna bust that open, make some cereal?
Right? It's still pretty shaky.
How many likes will it take for Bill
how many followers?
To eat? How many years ago? 30?
89, so 35 practically.
Damn.
Ralston Purina Company. The cereal was made
food.
by the dog
food company
yeah.
to make human cereal.
I also picked up some sweet candy containers as well.
Oh, I had those. I remember the head.
You got the head topper, and then
where'd you go? Where'd you
probably
this?
Get me. It was a antique store that's local to me, and the guy had nothing but Batman stuff. This still has the original candy in it. I should eat the candy.
You gonna do it right now? Here we go.
There's candy
for free. There it goes. Oh, he's gonna hallucinate. I hear that crunch.
Oh,
fresh. Not too bad.
No, not bad at all.
Tastes like a Pez. Everything tastes like Pez.
Tastes like Pez. And just so the naysayers are like, oh, he probably lifted that and put candy in it. I present to you. No, I gotta show you. Okay. The candy with the bat logo on it. There it is. Batman. There it goes.
It's all CGI. He didn't really do that.
No, right? Oh my. Yeah. Okay, that kind of candy never goes bad, I guess.
Well, we'll see how you are in 30 minutes.
See how the night goes.
I got 911 on speed dial. Just we need to. What happened to him? He
my friend ate 35-year-old candy.
Why did he do that? No reason. Nobody even dared him. No one dared him. He just was like, "Well, this is happening. I guess."
It was less of a risk than the cereal. I'll tell you that.
The state of cereal premiums is so sad. Like you don't even get a toy. Like forget about that. Maybe there's like a send away or like a cutout. Like there's just nothing. It's terrible. But then I started thinking, well, we've moved from cereal premiums to popcorn buckets. Yeah. This is where we've moved to. So this week, this one is, I don't know if like they're trying to top each other with the popcorn buckets, but this one it's going to get some conversation going. For Dune 2, it is, it's not the Sarlacc, but whatever the equivalent of that is. It's a sandworm. It looks like what it looks like. We're going to show you a picture right here. If you're listening, you can Google it. I mean, you think about what it looks like. It's just a big opening. You got to reach your hand or whatever. You got to reach something down in there. Something's going into the popcorn. It's got the little frillies on the side.
It does.
It's just a whole thing. And, they didn't have to do this, but they did it. No. And we thank them. We thank them for it because it's just wonderful. Back to the Future, that title. Did that confuse your child brain when you heard that?
No, not
how
one
do you
bit.
go back?
Nope.
How do you go back forward? Those are different directions. You understood that they were in the past, so they would go back.
You have to get back to the future.
Right. See, I didn't. It always confused me. I was like, I think they made a mistake. I think they used the wrong words.
No.
Anyway,
I think if you watch the trailer, the original trailer, it gives you the general plot as to what happens to Marty McFly, and that he has to go back to the future from 1954. I
don't remember trailers that far back. I don't remember. I feel like I've saw the second one first. Anyway, Fright features are back, and I bought Egon because I had to see what this tie was all about. I found Egon. There were 2 Egons. This one actually was very nice carding.
No kidding. I'm seeing more Ray than anything else.
I saw a bunch of Ray.
Yeah.
I think I've seen all of them except Peter now. So here is my original Fright feature Egon. I'm going to put him right next to him. See if the size is pretty good. Fright features are back, and I bought Egon because I had to see what this tie was all about. I found Egon. There were 2 Egons. This one actually was very nice carding.
No kidding. I'm seeing more Ray than anything else.
I've seen all of them except Peter now. So here is my original Fright feature Egon. I'm going to put him right next to him. See if the size is pretty good. Because these are not, they like scanned them and recreated the mold. Look at this one has like the disease on it. It's got the spots, the plastic, like gross. I don't know if it's mold or what is it, but it's gross. Not good. The tie, obviously I don't have the most of the tie on this one because it snapped off. It looks very thin on the new one, almost like see-through. So I wonder if they made it more gummy so that it would not snap off. We'll get to your review later of the current Fright features, but let's go back in time to the 80s. We were children. We had that first series of Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters from Kenner. Fantastic, but we wanted more. We wanted the same characters again, but in different clothes that they never appeared in any media. That's what we wanted.
And more
Kenner's
ghosts.
And more ghosts, tiny little ghosts. And no proton backs. We have 1 proton back. That's all we need. Quickly realize that's not the case and give us more later. So we had Fright features, Series 2, Real Ghostbusters, and Hasbro, flashback to present day. Retro Ghostbusters. I think certain colors don't exist anymore. Like whenever Playmates does the re-release of that original Raphael, it's a different green. It doesn't exist. Like that original green doesn't exist anymore. There's your tie.
That blue is a unique blue. Yep, I've shown him off. There he is with his accessory. They did come with weapons.
Yeah, but not a proton. It was like it was lame. It was like the weapon was specific to the ghost they came with, so it could.
I'm gonna
catch
bite
that
the
ghost.
tie off next, just like I ate that candy.
Move the tie a little bit and like see how close you can come to snapping it. Like, is it so brittle?
No, not at all. Like,
well, why do they all of them snap? like 90% of them.
I know. Like this can get to like a full 90 practically. With the tie.
But like bend it with your hand. Like what was making him? Why did we just wanted to? Wanted to break it.
Don't
well,
do
I know,
this
but
to
I'm
me.
just wondering. As a child, did we like chew on it? Like what did we do? We like bent it.
I have no recollection on how my original one broke, but good God, Paul,
so you do have a broken
now.
one though. Okay.
Yes, I do. This was not my original. I went out and purposely found a very nice sample of.
Is this the only Ray
I should
that
take
came
out
with
the
goggles?
Spook Chasers. Yes, it is the only Ray that came out with the goggles.
We'll save the Spook Chasers for another week. We'll make that like a special feature.
Tune in
someday.
Chasers.
Tune in someday. Leave comments
Spook
if you want to
Chasers.
see the Spook Chasers. Here's Peter. This wig popping up. This is the best. The fact that
he almost had like a toupee. The hair
such great execution of this idea.
Yes.
Like whoever, like I don't know, maybe it's a known fact who designed these, but I hope they're in some sort of Hall of Fame because this is one, and his eyes bug out. It's not even one thing.
Yeah, no, he's the one. His eyes
are stuck.
Right.
Oh, there they goes. They get stuck now. You gotta push them. Does his mouth open too? No. Does it? 3 things. This is the ultimate action figure. Everything pales in comparison. I need like who's a celebrity that famously has a toupee but like won't admit it. We need an action figure. We need to create. Let's make a line of Fright features for like just present, like people who are in public domain or like celebrities. You can just make their toys.
Did you pick up any of those Stranger Things Fright features figures that they made?
No, because I was waiting for clearance, and then they just like disappeared one day.
They did, yeah.
They just like they sent them back. They're gonna wait until.
I wonder
next
if they'll show up at
out.
Ollie's. Maybe they'll show up at Ollie's or Ross.
Maybe.
Ross still getting stuff.
Maybe. I said previously I started playing Fortnite. I got my first 3 victories, by the way.
Wow.
We're going to talk about Fortnite in a second, but I got my first 3 victories on the Switch. I don't know if that makes it less less meaningful. It wasn't on the PC. And I said when I started playing that it didn't make me want to buy the toys. But they had the TNTina, which I think is also one of the Zany trains, with the glider. And I was like, what are these gliders? You glide around the game? But the glider is how you enter the game. So it's like you fall from this bus, and then you go But then, like, before you hit the ground, you get a glider, so you don't suffer fall damage. You have to use the glider. So now understanding the glider, I was like, well, I need that in my collection. So the glider is very cool because it comes with a flight stand with the clearest plastic. The clearest plastic you've ever seen in a toy. Like, usually when you get clear plastic, it's cloudy. It's, like, basically white. It's like glass. It's amazing.
I should open my gliders. I have 3.
Are they different?
They're the black version of the glider.
Who's the character?
There is no character. It's just the glider.
It's just the glider? Where'd you get those? From Ollie's?
Ollie's, yes.
See, now I want them. I need to go back to Ollie's. They probably. Oh, you know what?
They came in 2 colors. They came in the black, and they came in a color. What?
I just remembered that I bought the boat, the Fortnite boat.
Yeah, I've got the boat.
I have the boat. See, this is why you buy stuff and then forget about it. Because someday you'll be like, oh, I wish I had that. I do have that. While we're talking about Fortnite, they introduced Family Guy characters. So Peter Griffin entered the game like a month ago or something. But the thing with Peter Griffin was he's a big round guy. And the people who code Fortnite, who designed Fortnite, didn't want to have to change the way the model works. So they made like a whole story where Peter Griffin got really ripped.
Yeah.
And he's like a buff guy. But now you could play as the giant chicken that Peter fights, and they didn't change his body type, and he's pretty round. So people are like, what the hell? Why did you have to change Peter? It's funny the things that the Fortnite people get mad about.
That is funny.
It's nice living in the Fortnite world because it's like, I'm mad about this cartoon chicken. What's going on in the world? I totally get it now, too, by the way. Because now that I've
get on there.
Well, now that I've won several games, now I can just play for fun. Like before, I was like, I gotta win, I gotta see what happens. But now it's like you know, because you can dance. Like there's just all these things. Like I just run around chopping down trees. How much did this cost you? It's free. It's free. Free $99. How do they
make their money?
Because people buy suits like Peter Griffin. What's the sexiest dinosaur?
What is the sexiest dinosaur?
On 3, 1, 2, 3. What's the sexiest dinosaur? Oh, is he so horny?
Yeah.
That's good. I like what you did there. I was going to go with Brontosaurus, but that's just me because of that long neck. Long, slender neck. Well, you brought up Orko, so what better time than any to mention Mondo is putting out an Orko, and this caused quite a stir, and Mondo was ready. They responded accordingly because they showed Orko's face. They showed a lot more than that, but let's start there. They showed his face. And have we seen Orko's face before?
I personally have never seen Orko's face.
Okay.
I can't speak to the fandom, but yes, no, I've never seen Orko's face.
And he's just a fun little blue guy.
He is.
He's just a little...
You know what he kind of looks like? You remember the movie Mac and Me?
Yes.
He has that Mac and Me, that Mac look. Yeah.
You know, I saw Mac and Me a million times. I never saw E.T. all the way through.
You know, I saw Mac and Me
was like straight to McDonald's VHS, like such a ripoff of E.T.
For whatever reason, I thought Mac and Me and Flight of the Navigator were a shared universe, and I really wanted them to be a shared universe.
Yeah,
it made sense to me.
Included.
Check out all of those.
So they showed his face, and people were like, "Whoa!" Then they're like, "We're not done yet." They panned that camera down, and they showed off his bare feet. And people, as they do, lost their ever-loving minds. And Mondo, again, to their credit, released a tweet, social media post, and they had, it was, what is it? You know, they blurred out his feet, and they're like, what did we have to do to see let the dogs loose?
Orko fans. Beautiful. Yeah, they know.
Very funny.
Their social media guy knows.
Give that guy a raise. Only had 19,000 impressions. It deserves a lot more than that, because that was very funny. Yeah. So these Mondo figures, Mondo's crazy in terms of their action figures. They're sort of like Diamond Select in that they have to do things outside the parameters of what the main license holder has the license to do. So they have... I don't know if it's X-Men or Marvel, but they're doing X-Men the Animated Series toys. But are they 12-inch or 18-inch? They must only be 12-inch.
They're not 18, they're 12-inch.
Yeah. Okay, but they're expensive. They're really $200 or something. And they're hard plastic. It's not like a Hot Toys kind of thing. So they're just living in their own world, and these He-Man figures are the same. But then they do Battle Cat. They do giant things to go along with the figures. Our good friends Moose, maker of Beast Lab, also maker of Bluey sent us some really fun stuff. Look at this. It's baby Bluey. And then was it Chef Bingo?
Chef Bingo.
Young. Chef Bingo, you're too young. Get that get that spatula out of there. What do you think you're doing? I just love baby Bluey. So you're obviously, you know more about Bluey. I'm trying to get my kids to like it enough to watch it. Is there just a flashback episode where Bluey is a baby?
So this is from my daughter's favorite episode called Baby Race. Bluey's mom, Chili, is reminiscing about Bluey's first time walking and how she walked, and that it was a race between all the other kids in the daycare or the parent group.
And here's the plastic version of baby Bluey.
Yes.
Look at that. It's a very nice little crib.
It is. So fun episode. It's all about adults comparing their kids.
Which is
my kid's so young, they already have done this. Yeah, they've already done this. Oh, that's a little early for them to do this.
Yeah,
Bluey,
wait a minute.
Bluey, for whatever reason, is delayed at walking. So it's a fun, cute 7 minutes if you.
That's great.
If you want to relate to your kid being deficient.
We love Bluey. We love Moose. We got a whole lot more Bluey to show off next week.
Very exciting.
But so excited. That came in the mail today. We had to just get a little sneak peek at that for our friends at Moose. I went to SeaWorld today. Do you know who was at SeaWorld today, Bill?
Shamu?
Nope, no more.
Oh.
He's been gone. Blippi was there, and he brought Mika, and it was the real Blippi and Mika. It wasn't just some like off the rack, here, throw this on, you gotta be Blippi and Mika. No, the legit people from YouTube were there, and you could sign up to do a meet and greet with them. So the kids got to take photos with Blippi and Mika. They had their little one-on-one. It was like very cool. It was a very cool moment.
Well, that's exciting.
And you were saying that it was not the real Blippi.
Blippi 2.
It's Blippi 2, who's the current Blippi. Blippi 1 is retired. He's done.
Right.
He's donezo. He like owns the Blippi brand.
Yeah.
He's like sitting in a mansion somewhere counting his money. He's like, I don't have to wear the suspenders anymore.
Right.
But Mika, there is a second Mika, but they like trade off because first Mika like had to go away a little bit because she had a baby. And so they brought in new Mika, and now they sort of trade off. Have you had this conversation yet? When you die, I am requesting that this show be played from start to finish, like however many episodes we'll have by then. And they have to sit, my family does sit and listen to us for however many days, weeks, months, depending on how long we live. Because we're going to do the show until the day we die, once a week. You know, I'm not too familiar with the Jewish religion, but there's a practice called sitting Shiva, where they sit. You also don't seem familiar with that.
No,
I saw a movie once where they sat Shiva and they needed like so many people to sit there. So you're going to have to sit there and you're going to have to listen to the Reluctant Adult podcast from start to finish in memory of. Yeah. So I don't know. You might want to work that into your will. What was the contest that would allow you to win the replica of the Simpsons house?
Who Shot Mr. Burns?
This guy did this whole video, and he said the prize for Who Shot Mr. Burns was being animated into the cartoon. And then he went on to say it was 1-800-COLLECT-thing, and then the person who won doesn't even like the show, and they took a cash prize instead of being animated into the show. And that nobody guessed Maggie, so they randomly chose a winner.
I don't know if that's accurate.
Because how did you win the house then? What was that contest?
I feel like that was the Who Shot Mr. Burns.
I feel like, did he get shot twice?
Because you had to call in.
Okay, we're wrong. For a chance to win the Simpsons house, fans had to purchase certain Pepsi product which contained a code number.
What?
If the code number matched the one that aired during the 97 premiere, they would win the house. We're wrong.
What the hell?
This whole time. It's the Mandela effect. We believed it so hard. We conflated two promotions.
So then what was the prize for the Who Shot Mr. Burns?
Getting animated into the show. And she said, I don't care. Give me the money.
Jesus.
I also don't understand how the contest worked because it's like when you dialed 1-800-COLLECT, like before you talk to your person, would they be like, would you like to guess who shot Mr. Burns? And if you didn't know The Simpsons, you'd be like, what the hell is this? Get off my call. So last week and the week before, you were talking about Turtles of Grayskull, and I was jealous. Yes. I've only found Trapjaw or Mousejaw. I should say
Shitjaw.
Shit. And I did not pick him up because I wanted to have the other ones first. So Amazon put up Leo, and I ordered him, and he has not arrived. But then they put up Donatello, and he did arrive. So And even though it is an unpunched card, Amazon sent it in a baggie, so it is not in mint condition. So you know what? I'm gonna pop this little guy right out. Let's rip this open right now. Here we go.
Do it. First impressions right here,
rip
folks.
Him.
You got my opinion.
You got something. Here's the
on
comic.
This line.
Gotta make sure.
Hold mine while he does it.
Don't wanna.
Got mine right
lose
here.
That. Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, while you open it, did you watch any of the Netflix Masters of the Universe Revolutions?
I did not watch any, but I saw people really seem to like it.
Not bad so far. I watched a couple episodes before I dozed off.
They said it was much more toyetic, like they really put a lot of toys. Yeah. They try to sell some toys. He's a nice hefty friend. Got a good size to him. Okay, so here's the shell. You were talking about how the shell pops off, and
it does.
Yeah, I don't. So it's not even attached to him. It's attached to his backpack, kind of like.
Right.
Whatever. Helmet does not come off. Helmet is part of his sculpt. Correct.
Correct.
The one piece. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that's
as far as I can. Yeah.
I'm gonna take that right. Actually, I can pop the head off. Right. Everything comes off. These guys. Yep. Comes off real easy. Do arms come off? Yeah, they do.
They do.
Look at that. Look at that. Man, what an innovation the removable limbs are. Like, remember back when we were kids trying to get things on and off these guys and stretching it out? Oh, it was the worst.
Sure.
Even the waist. Look at this. It's so easy. All right. This is what I wanted to see, the torso. So, yeah, very fast forward looking. The very slender. You know, the back does have the shell.
It does.
Yeah. What's the word? Indentation.
Indents.
Has the indents. But yeah, still weird without it. And then you can't put the shell on without his lederhosen here. So that's unfortunate. Someone should sell something that fixes that, because I don't like that. If you followed WWE this week, we're sorry about all the Vince McMahon stuff. Did you see that? I told my wife to look it up, and she was like, what? No, it's just very graphic. And then it's not over yet. Like, there were other people involved. So we'll see how much of the company is left. But tonight's the Royal Rumble. Road to WrestleMania. Slim Jim dropped out, and then Vince quit, and then they're like, we're back in. So that didn't seem planned, but all for the best. But we're talking about the toys. If you collect WWE, there's certain categories that the figures exist in. Ultimates are like the high end. Then you have elites, which are now $25. And then below that are your basic. And these are intended for kids. When this line started, the basics were pretty good. You could interchange the heads and stuff with the elites. They're basically the elites, just with less articulation. Somewhere along the line, they cost cut into oblivion, and the figures were terrible. As of this last series, they've improved the basics. So now the basics have some nice hip articulation. You can see that. It's on a ball joint, just old school ball joint. So definitely enough movement there. And then the heads are interchangeable. They pop right off. Same with the hands. They don't come with alternate heads or hands. But eventually, if you find a head you want to swap on there. So much better figures. If you collect WWE, there's certain categories that the figures exist in. Ultimates are the high end. Then you have elites, which are now $25. And then below that are your basic. And these are intended for kids. When this line started, the basics were pretty good. You could interchange the heads and stuff with the elites. They're basically the elites, just with less articulation. Somewhere along the line, they cost cut into oblivion, and the figures were terrible. Recently, as of this last series, they've improved the basics. So now the basics have some nice hip articulation. You can see that. It's on a ball joint, just old school ball joint. So definitely enough movement there. And then the heads are interchangeable. They pop right off. Same with the hands. They don't come with alternate heads or hands. But eventually, if you find a head you want to swap on there. So much better figures. I saw this set pop up on Amazon, and it reminded me of some old Jax figures. So Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Shout out to Little Stone Cold, Little Steve Austin on our TikTok. The one thing I don't like about this set is the height. Triple H is not like a foot taller than Steve Austin. I don't love the torso joints on the Elites, so the fact that these don't have the torso joint is not a bad thing to me. I think these work pretty well for display purposes. And it came with a belt, the big blue belt. This one's black, but that's fine. Nice figures, not super expensive. Get a couple. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.